Hey guys, just a very quick video today because it seems there has been a bit of a leak for Warhammer The Old World, and over on Reddit a picture has cropped up of what looks to be the flat packed boxes which some of the armies will come in, and in particular what seems to be the army box set for the Tomb Kings, who are of course one of the initial release armies for Warhammer The Old World. And as you can see, there is a slightly blurry, admittedly, but absolutely gorgeous looking box with some stunning artwork on the front, which I really do like. I like that it isn't just showing off the miniatures on the front. There is this cool kind of eye-catching artwork to really draw your attention to it. And it also has that obviously nostalgic Warhammer logo with the red and gold lettering, which I really love. And it is titled the Tomb Kings of Khemri Edition. So presumably there will also be a Bretonnian comparable box, but the really exciting stuff about this leak is that we also see the back of the box where we can see what are presumably the actual contents of it. And if you look down at the bottom right of the picture, which shows the full army, that does indeed seem to indicate that this box is going to come with a whopping 93 miniatures, including the brand new Tomb King on Necrolith Bone Dragon that we got shown off a few weeks ago. So this is a huge set. It isn't a proper The Old World starter set, so to speak. It's not got the Tomb Kings versus the Bretonnians, and there was a bit of a hoo-ha when they announced at one of the earlier reveal shows that the Old World wouldn't have a starter set, and it doesn't look like there is going to be one, but there is going to be a Bretonnian and a Tomb King kind of introductory set where you get your army to kind of get started on the game. There's just no army versus army set like we see with some other games. But I actually think that's not a terrible thing anyway. It's really good if you just want to get that one army and start your army for the Old World. This is going to be a really good way to do it. And it has to be said, from having a quick look at this box, this is an incredibly good one to get things started. Although the image isn't super clear, a few people have been looking at it closely, of course, since it cropped up on Reddit, and I have had a nice zoomed in look myself, and I personally can make out the following. There is the Bone Dragon, there is an old style Tomb King, not the new one they showed off a little while ago for the Old World. This does seem to be just the older one from Warhammer Fantasy way back when, and in fact it's worth mentioning now, apart from the Bone Dragon, all of the models here do seem to be old ones. There's nothing brand new here, which is a shame. It would be nice if there were a few more new things showing up in this box, but they did say a lot of the older units would be returning, so I guess it's kind of understandable. But still, despite that, you get the Bone Dragon, you get a Tomb King, you get what looks to be 3 chariots in the top right of the picture, you get 2 sets of 8 horsemen, so 16 in total. You get what look to be 2 blocks of 20 skeleton warriors, and then making up the last of the box is those 2 units right in the back, which seem to be about 8 models across and will presumably be 2 ranks deep, which gives us an extra 32 models, which makes up 2 units of 16, which I'm guessing will be skeleton bowmen. And if you add all of that up, 1 Bone Dragon, 1 Tomb King, 3 chariots, 16 horsemen, 40 skeleton warriors and 32 skeleton archers, that does indeed come to 93 models. So I think that is definitely a fairly accurate prediction of what we can see. Based on the blurry images, I think it is about right. Obviously the only thing I'm not 100% sure of is the archers in the back, but it kind of makes sense that they would be archers. They're in the back. They're kind of 8 across and 2 deep. So to me, that does kind of make sense. I'm 99% sure it is going to be 32 archers, 40 skeletons, 16 horsemen, 3 chariots, the Tomb King, and the Big Daddy Dragon. Now, on top of that, it also looks like this box is going to come with either the core rulebook or maybe some kind of army book. There is a blue, really quite thick looking book shown in the bottom right, along with some old school flamer and blast templates. So it's really good to see that those are coming back too. But it looks as though this is going to get you everything you need to build your Tomb King's army and get started with the game. If that is either an army book or a core rulebook, whichever it is, you should be able to just have this box and get started playing your games of the Old World, as long as you've got an opponent, of course, who has maybe the Bretonnian box, pretty much straight away. As I said, it is a bit of a shame that the only new model in this is the Bone Dragon. It does have to be said, the Tomb King range does tend to show its age quite a bit, especially on things like the Bone Horse models. But all that being said, for 93 models, this could be a genuinely fantastic way to get an army set up and just get into the Old World, especially if you don't have any of your old Warhammer Fantasy models anymore, or you never played it back when it was a thing. And I think that depending on price, this could be one of the best bang for your buck boxes, just in terms of the number of models you get that we've seen since the Age of Darkness set for Horus Heresy. Into a very quick bit of kind of guesstimating in terms of the points. Obviously, we don't know what points are going to be in Warhammer The Old World, but based on what we do know from old Warhammer Fantasy, I'm just going to have a little look at a very, very, very rough guide as to what it could be if they keep to the same style of point system that they had before. And based on that, everything here, I am substituting the Bone Dragon for a Kemrian War Sphinx, because that's about the closest thing the old army book had to that. But everything here from old 8th edition points costs would come to around 1500 points before any magic items. You've got roughly 380 for the Tomb King on War Sphinx, 170 for the Walking Tomb King, 126 points for each of the units of archers, 165 points for the chariots, 126 points for each of the 8 horsemen, and then 110 points for each of the units of 20 skeleton warriors. That is, of course, including command units and all that. So this could, assuming the dragon is going to be a little bit more expensive than the War Sphinx, which I think does make sense, and when you add in all the magic items that the Tomb Kings will be able to take, this could easily, I think, come into the region of about 1,850, maybe even nearer 2,000 points if you really went all in with upgrades. Of course, as I said, we could be completely wrong, but just based looking back at Warhammer 8th edition, which is about the only thing we can really do for a guesstimate, I think this box could net you anything from a 1,850 to 2,000 point army potentially. So it has to be said, I am super hyped for this. I'm not going to be getting this box myself personally, as I am going to be joining the ranks of the Bretonnians in the Old World, but I cannot wait to see this box in the flesh and see just how many points it actually is, and I cannot wait to see the Bretonnian version of this box when it does come out in 2024. But as always, I'd love to know what you think of this set. How many points do you think it's going to come out to, and what would you like to see in the comparable Bretonnian army set? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.